Hey guys, welcome back to another video. How's it going? We're here doing a little more planting. This is going to be a crimping video, but we figured we'd throw this kind of in. That's like to get started. We got a ton of rain here. We got an inch and a half. It's been raining on and off all week, and then we got an inch and a half of rain like 48 hours ago. Ground is not dried out nearly as much as I'd like it to be, but they're calling for more rain tomorrow afternoon, and we still have like 3 or 4 plots that we have to get done, so we're just making do what we can. But the nice thing with this drill, it's not too heavy or too big that my tractor has no problem pulling it. It stays up pretty good. I've planted in these conditions before and never had a problem, so I'm not too worried about it. It's just, you just got to be careful that your tubes don't get gunked up and the seeds stop coming out. But as long as you keep an eye on that and everything, and you're not building up mud in the front, it's usually pretty good. But anyway guys, I'm going to hop in the tractor, get this field finished up and a couple more today. I'll show you guys a couple clips, and then we'll get into the crimping part of the video. Alright guys, hey, how's it going? Back same day, just a few hours later, we got a bunch more fields planted. We still have 5-6 hours of daylight, so we got the old RTP outdoor Goliath crimper. This is our second year using it. Last year I actually didn't even know you could fill it up with water, and it worked pretty well. It worked really well, but then after when I put it away last year, I saw there's a little cap. So this year we're not going to fill it all the way up. I got it kind of on an angle, so it gets about 2/3 filled or so. I don't want to get too heavy. But we're going to go crimp the fields we planted, what, 4 or 5 days ago now? 5 days ago now. So we're going to go see. I'm not really expecting to see sprouts or anything, but there's been a lot of rain and sun. So it is possible if we dig around, we'll probably see some shoots. But we're going to go up, terminate the cover crop we planted last year, which is wheat and rye. We're going to show you guys how that works. It's pretty neat. We're going to get this rest of this filled up, get up on top of the hill, catch you guys there. Alright guys, we're made up to our first spot, top of the world, where I shot my buck last year. This is like right by the blind and feeder. This is probably where it's the thinnest, but basically what it does, I'll just grab one I just ran over. If you're wondering, is so every, I think it's like 8 inches or 6 inches, it makes these kinks. Like there's one, there's one, there's one. Oh, and there might not, oh, yeah, looks like there's a little more right there. So what happens is you got this that stands up, and it just can't hold itself up no matter how hard it tries. But since you don't actually cut it off, so if you cut it off like grass, it would just, like a lawnmower, just grow right back, because it can grow that. But since it's so thin, it just lays it right down. It can't, no matter what it does, since it's still connected, it can't re-sprout, and it just loses it loses integrity, and it falls over and it can't get back up, and they just die. You want to do this when they're in the dough stage. They call it's about a 3-week window on most species. And if I can grab one here, I'll kind of show you. Grab a seedling. And what you want to happen, this is still a little early, but it's still fine. When you squeeze it, is you want it to see that it's almost like a pimple. But we've already planted soybeans in here a couple days ago, and we're going back over. Now, you can actually wait longer, or not so much longer. You want to be crimping this time of year, but if, say you had your soil temperature was up 2 weeks ago, you could have planted beans a couple weeks ago, and you can still crimp over beans without damaging them until they're about 6 inches tall. You know, I probably wouldn't go over 4 inches just to be safe, but definitely 4, and you can even go up to 6 inches. When they start their 4-leaf stage is when you can start to hurt them. Before that, they're so pliable that running it over with the tractor tires or with the crimper won't actually hurt them. It just bends them right over and then pops them right back up. Yeah guys, we're gonna get some shots. We're gonna get going. We got a bunch of, like, another 10 acres to do tonight with this thing. So enjoy the montage of footage. Alright guys, we got Cody up in the tractor. Actually, Tom how to drive the tractor. This is his first time ever driving it. Figured the crimper is the best attachment for him to learn on. It's really hard to mess it up. You can go forward, backwards. You don't got to worry about turning too tight or anything like that. Well, he's finishing up this field. It's crazy how fast you can rip through a 4-acre or 3.5-acre field like this one. I just kind of want to show you guys just how crazy this mat is. This is what it looks like, you know, when it's down. So crazy just how much there is and how deep it goes. And if you turn this away, I'm not sure if you'll find a sprout or not. Let me look. Here's a good one. Look at that. That was planted 4 days ago. We've already got sprouts. That's why I don't go very deep. You know, 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch deep is all I plant our beans. And you just get germination so much faster. With all this going down, you don't got to be worried about being very deep because this covers so much more of the ground. And it's still, you know, the beans do have to go through all this, but they will no problem. They sneak their way right up through. So we're gonna get Cody's gonna get this field finished up. We're gonna go to the next one. I think we're gonna get some more drone shots, and I got some more explaining to do. But I'll wait for Cody to get there with the tripod and stuff. I just figured I'd just grab the camera and talk to her for a little bit. It's been a while since I've been holding the camera, so see you guys on the next field. Alright guys, well, as you can see with the drone shots, we made it to the next field. Like I said previously, if you would have planted the beans a couple weeks ago, and they would have been, you know, 4 to 6 inches tall, or under 6 inches tall, another benefit of doing that while those are getting that tall, while keeping the standing cover crop, is it makes it really hard for the deer to actually come and eat. If you have a spot where there's a lot of deer, and maybe it's a small acreage or a lot of deer, and you have a problem with like the sprouts coming up and the deer just destroying the field, by planting it early and then leaving this rye and wheat up high and letting them come up to, you know, 4 to 6 inches, it makes it really hard for the deer to stick their head through this thick stuff and reach those little sprouts. It's almost like a little shield for the sprouts. It protects a lot more of them, so then when you do come over and crimp when they are that tall, they have such a head start, and it's harder, and by that time your beans should be able to outgrow the browsing pressure. Although these beans do phenomenal with browse pressure, best I've ever seen by far. It's hard when they're getting nipped off at a couple inches tall. Same thing with this field. We'll give you guys a close-up in a second, but just like anywhere I look, if I just like pull it over around, there's, yeah, right here, there's 2 or 3 sprouts coming up. This is a couple inch, you have another one right there, another one right there. This was planted 5 days ago, which is, it's just incredible how fast that is for this kind of stuff. I know, and there's still so much moisture in the soil when you get down low. This is like, just makes a huge protective blanket. That's probably about it for this video, guys. We'll catch you on the next one. I think we might do a little bit spraying before I leave. Not in this particular plot, but some of the plots we didn't do as good as this one. So that'll probably be the last food plot video until I come back from my trip to Alaska. So until next time, guys, take care.